Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us yet again. I don't see the timer. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us yet again. Today, we're going to be talking about the Mayfair Witches. This is episode 5, entitled The Thrall. Oh, yeah.
All right. So the thrall. The thrall is all about being in someone else's power or having power over someone else. So in this episode, we kind of see Rowan and Ciprien kind of caught on a hell loop, if I can to reference Lucifer a little bit, if you're familiar with that show. Um, and you get to see how powerful Rowan really is. And I sound way more excited talking about the title than the actual show. So let's get into it.
I got lost in that song, y'all. I did. All right. So we've all seen episode 5. We've seen The Thrall. And we're gonna do things just a little different, because I think the show is shaping up to be a little different. And so we're gonna start with a general question: Is Lasher using Rowan, or is Rowan using Lasher? Corey.
Yes. So, going into this episode, I was of the mind that I had it figured out in terms of who was using whom. However, in this episode, we do see Rowan sort of get her power back, so to speak, in terms of kind of get a step ahead of Lasher, it seems, anyway, because she and Cip are caught in the thrall. She has to figure out how to get out of the thrall, and she does do that through her own machinations and her own wit. But ultimately, through the conversation and through the way in which it evolved, at one point in time, it seemed if Lasher, especially when it came to Carlotta and wanting Carlotta to be dealt with immediately, it didn't happen the way that he wanted it to happen, but it did happen ultimately that she was killed by Rowan's hand. But it was Rowan's decision and the manner in which she did it that led that to happening. So my question is, who is using who in at this point in the show? Is it or anyone using anyone? Is it mutually beneficial? What's happening? And I'm of the mind now that it was originally Lasher using Rowan, and I think ultimately that is the underline. Like there's a reason why he wants Rowan. There's something he has to gain from being with Rowan. I don't know what that is yet, but I don't think it's going to go as well as he anticipates it going, because Rowan is now starting to come into her own and realize through Cip's influence that um, she has power in this situation as well.
Oh, yeah. Your thoughts?
Um, so I don't know if it's at surface level as a who's using who kind of situation. It's more, as much as I see it as Rowan is not like anyone else that Lasher has ever encountered.
Hmm.
Um, I think she's just way more powerful than anybody he's ever encountered. I don't think she's as enamored by him as those have been in the past. So I just think that entire relationship is just different, um, more different than what Lasher has encountered with the other Mayfairs. I don't know. I just think Rowan's way more powerful, and
Can I
she
just
can
say that I'm
can
not as enamored with Lasher either?
I'm sorry. Can you
say it
repeat that?
again.
Can I
You're
just say
not.
that I'm not enamored with Lasher either?
I'm not enamored with this show, but that wasn't the question. So I'm gonna leave that alone because I know I'm gonna find a way to work that in. I look.
Every single time. Every single
Every
time.
I'm gonna let it go, y'all. I'm sorry, not sorry, but I'm with you, Corey. I'm not enamored by Lasher either, you know. But yeah, I think she's just way more powerful than what he's used to, and she's kind of, I feel like she's, I don't want to say figured him out, faster than the others or anything like that, but I just think she's way more powerful than what he's used to, so she can resist him better.
I think that's the word. She can resist him better.
Yeah.
If you've read the books, his power increases as their powers increase, and with each generation, their powers increase. So when she came along, of course, Lasher's power increases, but it takes both of them to decide to do something. So if the woman, whoever has the necklace, if the woman says no, don't do it, Lasher won't do it, but he'll do everything that he can
Push it
to
his
kind of
way.
set things exactly. He'll do everything that he can to do it. His hands are clean, but he's massaged the situation in such a way
Oh,
where he can, oh yeah, massage, yeah, I said it.
yeah,
He
you
massage the situation so that he
trying to
can, so that
massage a
his
couple
will
of
can be done.
situations right now. Okay, massage
Yeah.
the situation.
Mm, mm,
Go.
is that what's going on in the background? Let us know. That might be more interesting. Erica, your thoughts?
Succulents would be more interested in this. But anyway, come on, what's up, Barrow? Me and talk to us. Yeah, yeah, hey, friend.
I didn't think a lot about it.
That's fair.
I would like the headlights about the last. Oh, hold on. Got it playing in the background.
Behind the brick wall.
She's still a brick house though. Look, look. She's laid too. She laid.
So like Lasher is obviously obsessed with the Mayfair witches. I'm still trying to figure out why. Um, I don't know if he has a stronger connection. I'm still trying to figure out what the original connection is. So I think that's what I'm obsessed with right now because I get little clips. Like I saw a webbed foot person at the beginning of the episode.
Webbed
So I'm
hand.
trying to figure out what that's about.
Yeah, like there's a little clips of things
Yep,
that you
it's
don't
there.
quite know what is going on. That's part
But
of the
I'm trying.
question.
but the witchery has amped up,
Hmm.
and I'm glad because now I'm enthralled. I want
Enthralled versus thralled.
yeah.
Okay.
I
All
want
right.
to know what's going on. Like what's going on? We got webbed feet. We got people hovering in the air, stuck.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Like, we got
Oh,
people.
you're saying it's the hands. It's the hands. It's not the feet.
Oh, it's the
Hmm. Well,
but
it was a baby,
web
so I get
anything.
it.
I assume the feet are the same way as the hands because they're your appendages. So, like, why wouldn't they match? You know, this isn't the mutant show. So I'm just trying.
I will say that I do have a lot of questions, and that keeps me into the show. I don't hate
Mhm.
it. I do not
I
hate it.
don't hate
I
it.
will say that.
I'm starting to hate it
Um,
less. Like, so what's going on?
I want to know what's going on. It is interesting enough to where I want to keep watching it to know what's going on. I think the second season will probably be much better because they're going to get the feedback from the fans about this season and about the direction that they should go in. But I do have a lot of questions that I don't know if they're going to be
Like
answered
what,
in
Corey?
3 episodes. But
Corey,
Why?
Corey be having all the questions
I
Like
Like,
do.
what?
why?
and good
What
ones. Good
questions do
questions
you
too.
have, Corey?
So the questions
If
that I
you
have,
ain't
number
watched the
one,
show, I mean, if you ain't read the books, you got a lot of questions. Like, what?
you right. So one question that I have is the sister. At one point in time, when we see her in the book, I mean, in the show, she's fading in and out, almost as if she's static, right? But
Yeah.
you're not told why, and it's something to do with Carlotta or where is Carlotta? She keeps asking, where is Carlotta? But you don't know why, and what does that have to do with her? And then she says, "Am I dead?" something along those lines. Did I die again? Or
She
did I?
said
Again,
it feels like she's
It
died
feels like
again.
correct, like she died again. So did she die?
so where
She
are you?
obviously she died once before. Well, what
Who
happened
killed
to her?
her?
Who killed her? Why
And
is
when
she
did it
coming back?
happen?
Right.
Because we
And
missed
when
a
did it
lot.
happen? Because you can see that there is some kind of time displacement as it relates to her, because in her room you see that it's more antiquated than the rest of the house, and the the furnishings, although it's a New Orleans style home, everything is a little bit, you know, has that certain je ne sais quoi, you know, so to speak. But
I know what to
it
call it.
it's a
Oh,
little
Rolla.
bit more antiquated. It's a little bit more antiquated than the rest of the home. Even the way that she dresses is a little bit behind the times. Even as far as Carlotta's, the way that she dresses is still behind the times in terms of what she wears. So where is she? Where when did she die? What's this whole story behind that? The
Or
other question I have
I
is
propose. Can I propose something else? And I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no, go ahead.
Or is she already dead and has she been dead the whole time?
That's what I'm thinking. She
Where
been
the
dead
fuck
the whole
has she
time.
been at every other event Carlotta has proposed?
Right.
Where the fuck has she been?
Right.
I haven't
But we
seen her.
see her, and we're led to believe that
We
she's a
know she's
living
around.
person because she talked to. They talk to each other, and we
They're
seen her talk to
talking,
each
Well,
but is
look,
she
other.
if
alive?
you notice, other than Carlotta, the only other person that's ever seen her or talked to her has been Rowan, and that might have more to do with Rowan's gifts.
And she's
Could
also
be
in some old ass clothes.
hmm
right.
Now, I will say this in terms of the book led us to believe that everything about the house, and Carlotta did this on purpose. She let the house go. What she wanted to do was she knew this. She knew that Lasher was tied to the house in some kind of way. So by letting the house go, eventually the house would fall and whatever. And so would Lasher's power.
Hmm.
In
Pina
theory,
Colada got her hand in everything.
you
Pina
got a hand in
colada. I
everything,
love it.
but with no power. No, that's question number two. Why don't she have any powers? All the other Mayfairs have powers.
Now, isn't that
Why
what
She's
I
does she?
said?
supposed
Episode
to.
one.
The way she's
That's what I
She's
the
said.
supposed
way
to have some. Say it again, Erica. The way she slithered away.
the other sister, not Carlotta, but
No.
the way she set her up,
Set who
almost
up?
like she set up Rowan instantly. She showed her things and it was like thrusting her under the bus, Like it was, but there's no traces of her. Why? Where is she?
I don't get run that. Say that again.
Like this, not Carlotta, but the other sister in the ancient nightgown.
Okay.
In that old ass duster with the collared frilly neck.
With the collar frilly neck. Always holding Carlotta down, telling Carlotta a good word. Where you be at when Carlotta be around other people, bitch? I don't be seeing you.
What was the name of that movie? Sixth Sense. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
see dead people.
My six
Yeah.
sense kitty.
You call it a
It's
duster.
Her
a
duster
duster.
wearing
It's a
behind.
duster.
And then her duster wearing behind went told on Rowan as soon as she helped Rowan. Y'all don't remember that part?
And she also locked her in the basement. So
Yeah.
she is
Set her
team
up.
Carlotta.
But
Even
okay,
though
so
Carlotta
somebody.
knows
So
Oh,
this
but
is my
where
question. This is my question.
did I
If
die again? What?
if
Were
if the
you alone?
sister can't open the cabinet, she can't open the cabinet. How did she close the door?
right.
Make me understand that.
So, or
Well,
her is she becoming weakened
I
somehow
down
because of
that's what I was
Carlotta's
thinking.
state?
If
I,
she died
Like
down there,
if
if
Carlotta
she
was in distress, is that why?
I
So
think
wait,
or if she
both of
died
you were
down there,
talking. Both of you were talking, and I couldn't make out.
I'm gonna stop talking.
No, no, no. I just. Oh yeah. What were you saying?
I was saying if Carlotta is in distress, is that why the other sister like is kind of fading in and out?
that's what I was thinking when I was watching the show. But it's weird the fact that it's tied to Carlotta and we don't know why. So that's one of my old questions. Why is it directly tied to her? in her state of being? Are they tied together? Is Carlotta really dead? No, she left the house. She can't be dead. She didn't left the house. But
People saw her,
people saw her and they talked to her. She was
but the
talking to
other
somebody at the
sister, they
thing.
never did. Do you remember seeing the other sister at the funeral?
I don't.
Exactly. Now look at Jermaine. Exactly. You don't remember that?
But she's
You don't
so
remember?
forgettable. She's not even a memorable. We don't even know her name. We keep
I
calling
Like
her
know.
the
she's
other
I thought
sister.
her name was Anna. Is that her name?
she's like, did I die again? When you died in the first
Right.
because I saw you talking to Carlotta the whole time. When did you die
Her
before
name
that?
could be John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I have no idea what her name is. I don't know.
So when
I,
you lead her into the basement, I'm like, are you or did you die in the basement? Is that why you can lead people to the basement? Because
Mm,
spirits are trapped to the places they died.
Right. Well,
They
everyone
can
that
have
dies in the house is tied to the house, obviously, because that's
not
my
just
second
the
question.
house, the room,
Yeah, the room.
for
Stewart
sure.
Townsend, who we saw, that's my other question. What happened to him? What's the story between him and whoever he was had a relationship with? Was it the grandmother? I think
do
Rowan's
y'all want to
grandmother.
know or do y'all want to find out?
Oh, they
Both.
gonna? You think they're gonna tell us?
I mean, they brought it up. They brought it up. So at some point,
Yeah. So I have a whole question about who was Stewart. What is Stewart's tied to the house? Why is
I
Stewart
remember
tied to the
Stewart's
house?
tied to the house because you mentioned it before, but I don't, know the rest.
Right.
I'm interested to see how they're gonna tie all of these loose ends together because there's
Me
so
too.
many things going on.
That we don't
It's,
So
know.
it's
many
just,
things. I don't know.
I need an
Yeah.
Adderall just to watch this show. Like it's just
We have 3 episodes left,
you need to
and
stay
we
connected.
need
You
to
need
get
to
some
you need
sort
to
of
zoom in.
conclusion.
Is that what it is? You got to zoom in. Like
clearly I'm the problem.
Every time it get good, it cut off.
true, true.
I did respect the camera
You're
angle
right.
at the end though.
But can we also say when she was trying to leave the basement, when she was trying to get out, and she basically said, "Okay, if I have this power, I want to get out of this room," and the door just kind of just lazily opens. Like, no, I want to see that bitch blow up. I want to see that shit
Right.
fly across. I want to see
Disintegrate.
something. Yeah, I
Right.
want
Okay.
to see something.
I
Open
want
up the
some.
Walk,
door to a whole new world.
walk, walk through the door.
I want.
Something.
I want some hocus pocus.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Push me.
bitch, you better be in Narnia on the other side of this door after you disintegrated.
You want that
I think
sorcery?
I think they're trying to toe the line between trying to be a little bit more realistic in the witchery as opposed to giving us what we want, which is the
Okay.
fuckery.
So witchery. What's real? What is real? What is realistic about witchery?
You
Nothing.
better
But
hope
in their
pocus.
So
mind,
so
I'm
give
thinking
me.
they're trying to tie it to incantations and all this other kind of stuff.
But
And
that's
I'm
not. But
farming
that's
every
not what
day of
Lasher
the week,
is.
my guy.
I know.
That's
Corey,
not what
I'm
Lasher is.
farming every day of the week. I want these girls chanting over fucking something.
I want them in black in
I
a
mix
circle
oils
on a
together all the
bonfire,
time. Some little
calling
herbs.
down Babylon. That's what I want. I mean that. I
Yes,
want
I pour a
Look,
little
in the middle
rosemary.
of Canal Street, acting a
in the
Look,
middle
fool.
of Canal
I
Street.
pour me some oil. I use lemongrass, lemon seed, lemon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get rosemary, all the stimulating vitamin E. Come on now,
I want to
get
see
your
all that.
holy, get your holy oil or your holy
Want
herb,
y'all, want y'all
whatever
in the
you
Earl,
French Quarter being ignorant. Just
Holy
Right.
Earl.
like.
Right.
Mix together
I
real
want them.
good.
I want them
You know,
calling the
please
corners. I want them calling
give
down fire. I
me
want all
some,
that.
give me witchery.
I
Yeah,
want all that.
not the
yeah, yeah.
captain calling out like Captain Planet.
Yes. Yes. If they did it in the
Use all the
Bible when
elements.
they were calling down the ministers of God was calling out against the prophets of Baal, whatever. I want to see it in Mayfair. Shoot, I want to see
I
it.
want
I want to
you
see
take
that.
your thumb, lick it, cut your finger, slide
If
it down somebody's forehead,
Yeah,
cross
yeah, yeah,
Erica,
yeah,
and
you
they
done did this
yeah.
before.
What you them voodoo dolls? I want to see all of that.
I want to
Oh,
see
give
give
me
that.
me
something.
something.
I want to be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
want to
can't
be
be
interested,
scared with this show.
You want to be
intrigued.
interested. Corey, any other questions you have?
I did have one other question. Was as it relates to the Talamasca. in Sip's apartment, we see this beautiful woman come in and do this intricate spell work with the salt. She created a lay circle, and she got in and she performed all these incantations, and then she magically a knife, a serrated blade came out of her side from the wound that she took from Sip, and they was just kind of like, and she was like, "How many more of our agents are we gonna give to the
To the
Mayfairs or lose to
Mayfairs.
the Mayfair?" That whole line and her whole entrance and her abilities, that could have been 2 episodes itself, explaining who are these other people and what are their powers and what are their connections to anything, to
It could
Sip,
go
to
so many different ways. They cannot take this entire series to set the foundation. They will lose me.
yeah. Yeah, it's a lot, but if they're going to introduce it, they need to give a little bit of explanation and
Or make it
exposition.
fast paced, so fast paced that I'm not worried
I'm
about,
not worried about all these
blah,
things
blah,
that I'm
blah.
I
seeing
know
that
we
I
don't
don't
get
understand.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's so
Right?
slow that you gotta ask these questions.
Because you
There's
notice
five
it.
episodes in.
You
Yeah,
notice it.
all of this could have happened in episode one.
Yeah.
All of it.
This is the
What
Talamasca.
hour?
This is who they are. This is who you will see. This is what their powers. And then they can have one character explaining the different types of Talamascan people that they have working for them. We don't even know all the people names that we done seen, like the bald headed
Oh,
guy that's in every other scene.
Slippy
The one that escorts whoever to Cip's house. We don't know his
Hmm.
name. We didn't seen him at
Hmm.
least 8 times.
Hmm. 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 So my question, which is probably a minor question, so you don't introduce a character unless the character has something to do with the rising climax of whatever. So Sip's sister, number one, the fact that he had a sister, okay, that threw me
Right,
off.
right.
But okay, he has a sister who's given birth to, is it twin, whatever it is, it's twins, she's given birth
Mhm.
to these
He's a
twins,
surrogate.
to these, gay whatever. But we see her we see her again, and this time she sees that her brother has these powers. Number one, how you go your entire life not knowing that your brother, number one, has powers, and two, you're surprised that these people are saving his life. Like that has got to be important to the story,
And she
and I
chilling.
can't see
Like
how. I can't see how. You know what I'm
Like
she
saying?
just
Like,
she has to be important to the story some kind of way,
yeah,
or else why is she even in the story? Like she didn't even
right.
have those little scenes she been in didn't could have been omitted. They didn't even have to show her.
Exactly. So why have this particular character unless it's important?
like, is there
And
something special about these babies? Like what's going on?
it got to be because how else? Because right now we don't know how Silk got his powers. We don't know. Right in the
Does he
book,
have powers coming up? I mean, I don't,
clearly not. Otherwise, she
He
wouldn't have
has
been so
love.
surprised. And
right.
he would have like okay. So if she had powers, oh, my sister got powers too. Come on, girl, come join the Talamasca. Or okay, you don't want to
Let
join
them
the
use
Talamasca. You would not be. She would not be surprised by this.
Mhm.
Unless she a voodoo queen.
Well,
You
that's
keep trying
yet
to
to
put
be.
voodoo in. Voodoo ain't in this story.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
don't
it
mhm.
would
see
be
that in.
more interesting if she were, but I mean she
Well,
can't even remember to get her shoes from under her brother's sofa. Like was she
Yeah.
a
And
voodoo
didn't she
queen?
come and get some
well,
shoes the second time
she
too?
pregnant. She pregnant. You kind of forget some things when you're pregnant.
Them
No,
high
Well,
that
heel shoes while you pregnant with twins walking to work? Okay.
that's stupid too. I thought that was stupid too. You've
so
ever
there
been
has to be a
pregnant
reason
to
why we
look
see
at
it.
that
But I
and be
get your
like,
point. There has to be a reason for it. She can't just be a throwaway character. These are professional people. They just not gonna have this woman
It's a
just we
throwaway
see 'em
show. Like,
just. It's not a throwaway show. It's slow
Otherwise, that's a minute of airtime that we could have devoted to finding
to
out
learn
why
about.
Carlotta's sister is dead. You know what I'm saying?
but
Like
she
I
got
think, what'd you say?
she gotta be.
She got to be important.
No, she gotta be dead.
Oh,
Okay, we know
but
she
what I'm
dead.
saying is we could have seen her die. They could have given us a flashback instead of going 200-300 years in the past. Give us a flashback of that. You know what I'm saying? Something.
Something shit.
I can
That's why
never get this time back from this show.
I just need them to start telling me
5
something.
hours.
I also think it's gonna, and also, I guess the other thing I would say, and this would be my final question, is how does it connect to? We have to see a connection in the show at some point in time to Interview with the Vampire,
I knew you
or
was gonna
else
say
it's
you
not a
always
universe. It's not
vampire.
a immortal universe if these people are not connected, other than one
The
mention.
Talamasca.
The tell. Oh well, okay, but
It's not an immortal mason jar at this point, let alone a universe. Like
what it's not.
an immortal mason jar. It ain't even that. It's just I'm I'm not sorry. It's Erica. It's just not doing it for me. It's not.
I don't hate it.
I watch
I
it
think there's a lot
faithfully.
more that can be done though.
It's picked
I'm
up
still
each
watching it.
episode, but it's still so many unanswered questions, and it's like we're nearing
And
the
we may
end.
be shocked in 3 episodes of how much they tell us and how much they
They
wrap
better,
up.
I
I'm
better be
shocked
shocked.
right now.
I
they
I
would
am
be.
better,
shocked.
they better capture me in these last three,
Yep.
or else
Got
I'm
to.
just not
Right.
watching it again.
Um, question. We've been dissing this episode. We've been dissing this entire series so far. But in today's
Mostly
episode,
me.
did any of you all have a favorite scene? Like a scene that just kind of stood out and you were like, okay, what you got, Elliot?
The end.
We
I, I,
it.
okay, so that sounded really bitchy, but I'm serious. I really liked the camera angle at the end because it was like, ooh, what does this mean? Like, and then with I Spy with my artistic eye, like, okay, like it could mean so many different things. So I literally enjoyed the end. It did.
Okay.
100%. Best
Now, when
part
you
of the
say the
entire
last
show.
scene, do you mean when she was walking out of the house and the camera went upside down?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Loved it. Thought it was great.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Corey because right now Erica's like,
She like what? So I will say that I like I like this episode. I didn't hate it. It was better than the episodes are
favorite
progressed.
scene. Favorite scene.
Okay. Okay. Mm. Probably when she killed Carlotta because I couldn't stand her. And I just was happy for her to die. And I
You
could not stand
Dang.
her.
stole my line.
I
Bitch
could not
stole my
stand her. I
line.
was waiting for her to die. I was
They
waiting
got
for her.
their foot on Pina Colada neck, boy. Ooh.
Yes.
I'm a natural
Yes.
villain in my brain. Like I do a lot of nice people stuff, but in my imagination, I'm a natural villain. And
Mhm.
like when she died, I was like, about time.
Okay,
I
so I have a thought about that about the death of Carlotta. I'm beginning to think that the show number one, the show had to talk about Carlotta because Carlotta is important. But like, can you have two villains? Right? Can you have two
Yes.
villains? And
Yes.
you're saying yes, but I don't know if this story can have two villains. And by killing Carlotta, and then yeah, when everything goes upside down, it now makes way to explore the villainous or the villainy, rather, the villainy of Lasher. Does that
Is
make sense?
Lasher the villain?
That makes sense.
Lasher is
Actually, for the
most
first time, I
definitely,
didn't see Lasher as a villain.
I haven't.
and
I
that's
don't
why
see
I'm
him as a
saying
villain yet.
I saw
they're
Lasher
making way.
as the conduit to what they need to get done because he had been telling her, "You got to kill Carlotta. You got to kill Carlotta. You got to kill Carlotta. Hey, you might want to kill Carlotta."
We'll keep bringing it up.
Well, her name started with ends with Lotta. That chick, you know what I'm saying? He told her in every like possible way, and she just kept trying to make it about him. Like, you want me to do this? You
But
want
he
me to do
did.
this? No. By the end, she wanted to do it because I wanted to do it.
That's
So
the
the
whole
through
point,
line,
though.
He took
Yeah.
her to the same porch that somebody killed themselves on.
Mhm.
Her
Fooled
grandmother.
around with Carlisle.
Fucking
Fooling
the
around with
around
Carlotta.
for a lot.
Fucking around with Carlotta.
the through line about Lasher,
Walking around with Carlotta. Say it again.
the
Yes,
through
the
line
same
about
part.
Lasher,
You can have everlasting happiness if you kill yourself.
the through
What?
line about Lasher is that he's able to read the subconscious mind of pretty much everyone around him. And so he knew this is what she really wanted to do. This is
Right.
what she really, really wanted to do.
She
She
wants to kill
wanted
herself.
to kill, and she wanted to kill Carlotta because of how she grew up.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have her mother, you know.
Then
You
you done
also
gave me a headstone. You knew I was alive. You
the
Well,
You
he
let
didn't
viewer.
know.
everybody believe I was dead, and
So
you knew I was
Lasher never
alive.
knew. Lasher never knew that
so
she
the
was alive.
viewer doesn't want Carlotta dead.
The who doesn't want Carlotta?
The viewer,
Oh,
because
I'm
I do.
certain. I'm certain.
Yeah,
In episode one, I was like, God
I'm
damn.
like
Right?
Rowan. If we're gambling on the head character here, I need you to kill her. No, you can't trust her. Get rid of Carlotta, man. Because she gonna kill you. I understood that after she gave her when she came home. Oh,
What she
Carlotta
said.
gonna kill you.
Carla,
What did
Carlotta
Carlotta
killed you when you
say?
was born.
What did Carlotta say? Like right before Rowan killed her.
I tried to save you or something, but you can't be saved or something along those lines.
I'm gonna say
No,
this.
no, no, no. It wasn't that. It was worse than that.
Or
I
she
feel
should
like,
have killed her when she was a baby, basically.
That's what
yeah,
she
yeah.
said.
That's what I thought. Yep.
That's what she said.
Hmm.
So
Which, what you got?
I have one
I'm gonna
final
say
question. This probably take us out. Do we think? What do we think about the prelude to the next episode where we see the coven?
I got excited.
All, huh?
I got
You got
excited.
excited.
I
I
got
did too.
moist. Things started moving.
I did.
Y'all got to
say it.
get out more.
Wait,
If that got your rocks off, you
no,
need to get out more.
no, say it again. I
I did
missed it.
too, because I've been waiting to see the fuckery and the witchery, and I feel like this is a step towards that.
Say it
And
again.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, they've been lying to us from the beginning. You believe in them now? Because they showed you some people in the circle? Okay.
With one of which was black.
Say what you said
One
again.
of
I
which
missed
was black. That's enough. It's Black History Month.
I don't trust them.
You don't trust who specifically?
Corey, log off. I don't trust these people, with especially these snippets into the next episode. No, I'm not impressed. No, you gonna have to show
So
me.
I will
what
say
happened.
what's going to happen if they do a massive turnaround and they jam pack a lot in these final 3 episodes,
They're
and
gonna
you
happen.
really end up saying, oh shit, I can't wait for season 2.
I hardly believe that's gonna happen, but I hope. I
I
wait
don't.
with like
I think they've already. I think they've
Your
already
hope as
approved
well.
a season 2. I don't know if they cannot do a season 2 if they already know we're going to get another interview. They've said it's
don't
supposed to be a
No, no,
universe.
no. They can cancel.
Oh,
Trust
okay.
me, they can cancel.
Okay.
If they're not getting the viewers, they can cancel.
Yeah. Hmm. We'll see.
So y'all,
I
the
still say,
expectation is that they jam pack a whole bunch into the next 3 episodes.
I
That's what I
still
they
say
said.
what
don't
they should have done was they should have they could have gone to Anther. They could have explained Anther because Anther was bad. Your girl
Yeah.
Anther was bad. And they had a couple other witches before Rowan that were bad. Like, ooh, you got it like that. You doing that? Like, there's a lot about that first book that they could have explored in 1 or 2 episodes, but they didn't. And I fault them for that. I like
I'm
all
glad
of Rowan's story could be condensed into 3 episodes, and that's dragging it out.
If the right, if that.
I'm glad I haven't read it because I get hung up. I I get hung up in a bad way.
Okay. So
So
definitely
I
for the
will
next
say
3 episodes, it's got to be thebomb.com in order for Erica to say, okay,
Dot
I'm in.
com, dot org, dot net, dot all.
dot
.edu
edu.
too.
It's coming around. Like, this last one was like, okay, the
Just
witchery and
like with
excuse
the
witchery.
interview, the last few episodes are longer too. I think that's part of the reason too is we don't feel like we get enough story, and right before it gets to the good part, gets to the good part, it it cuts off.
It's to the good part.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Favorite scene.
Okay.
Favorite scene. So, Elias said the end. Corey. Oh, Corey gave us his favorite scene. Erica, your favorite scene? Well, both of you had the same favorite scene.
When they
I had
killed
we did when at the end when Lasher kind of walked away and rolled his eyes when she finally that's how I felt. I
As if
was
to say, I
like,
told you so. I
yeah, because
told
he said, where you thought he was gonna be? He's some type of demon or spirit.
you. He is a
He's with
demon, I
you
believe.
always.
He's
And
a
he's just
spirit.
like he told you, and he told you to kill Carlotta. Kill Carlotta. You want me to kill Carlotta? Kill Carlotta. You know, like he's whispering it, saying it, frankly, kind of posing it to her, like you probably want to kill Carlotta. No, 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 no. This is what you want. I'm not gonna be manipulated by you. And then she do some old reckless stuff that makes her want to kill her because she knows it's not the first but the second time, which means if this is the second time, you're probably going to try to kill me again if I let you live. I just took it as like, second chance. I already don't know you, girl, I'll kill you. And she did, and I was like, thank God. And then they turned the scene to him, and I was like, he was like, and walked away. That was my favorite part. I was like, you
Mm-hmm.
gonna believe
trying
who
to set
killed him?
me on fire.
Who
Mm-hmm.
manipulated you that time? And he's just sitting there looking at you like I could have did your bidding and you would have been guilt free. I don't I don't know. I'm a I feel like I'm a natural villain. I don't know what I would do if I had
Yeah,
somebody doing my bidding.
I root for the villains too sometimes too, though. It's okay.
Like
So,
somebody will just go and kill somebody because I feel like it. That might be nice.
so my favorite part was actually the very beginning. We basically see like a close up of Ciprien and Rowan in bed. Um, and it was kind of like a loop, right? It seemed like it was a loop. It wasn't a loop. We realized it wasn't a loop when Cyprian, like you could visibly see that he was getting tired and more. Da, da, da.
Well,
I wish
a loop because of,
I wish they had extended it just a little longer, um, because I just wanted to see them have sex. I did. I just wanted to see them have sex. That was my favorite scene. The very beginning was my favorite.
I thought they was gonna do it too, friend.
Yeah, this show is definitely not as sexy as Interview.
No. And not to say the interview had a lot of sex scenes because it didn't. I think at
Mm-mm.
most it was one and a half, right? It was one and a half.
Right.
They did a little something in the coffin, and that was it, right?
But
A
it was
little
a
talking.
sexy show.
It was a
It
It was
sexy
some
show,
was.
sexy people.
It
and
was.
It was a sexy show.
this had room to be sexy and still be macabre, but
It failed.
yeah,
Failure to launch.
it
Failure to
failed to
launch.
launch.
Yeah, you feel
Lamp.
Sexiest thing was Carlotta going over the roof, over the side of the building. It was sexy.
And the scene that we have yet to see,
right.
what it's actually going to be about, all the group of witches doing something together. That's going to be sexy.
That's gonna be witchery. Exactly. Good witchery is always sexy.
It is good witchery.
Unless they fail to
The
deliver.
operative word being good. We gonna see what they do with it.
They messed
Uh-uh.
that up.
We
I'm
shall see.
Uh-uh.
disappointed.
We shall see. All right, y'all. So we can keep talking about how bad this show is, but we're not gonna kill you like that. Um, as always, you know what? I should have done this at the very beginning. Will Smalls, if you watch all the way to, I don't know, 40 minutes, I do want to tell you that we thank you so very much for all of your comments. We really do appreciate your comments. It's clear to us that you're paying attention to us because you have direct feedback for some of the things that we say, like word for word. So I want to thank you so very much for watching us, commenting, liking, all the other good stuff. Thank you, Will Smalls. As always, please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Have a good one.